Hey guys, so before the video starts I just want to tell you about something. Now a friend of mine called Kritin has been developing a method of diagnosing Alzheimer's disease much earlier than is currently possible, but he needs funding to enter it into trials. So if you'd like to donate some money, even a small amount, to a really good cause, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Hello Penguinauts, I am the Bearded Penguin and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Collaborative Warfare, hell yeah! Got the submarines working. Say hello to the Poseidon Mark II everybody. So this one can actually sink and it actually looks like a submarine. So I thought I'd show it off first because, well, it's pretty awesome and it took ages to get it to work. Considering that all the parts that aren't in the maritime pack are ridiculously buoyant, so this has to have about 1,000 tons more ballast than it should have to, which also means it's kind of immobile. It can move at about 2 meters per second, so yeah, sadly this won't be going anywhere while it's laden up with weapons and missiles, but I think it looks pretty awesome. And since it's underwater, it's completely immune to missiles that aren't fired underwater, so Tape will have a little bit of trouble attacking the Ocean Odyssey platform and the KSS Odyssey again anytime soon. So I'll just quickly go over its armaments and we'll set up the guard mode before we get on to today's antics. Now when it's down here, it's got a weird thing, you've got to click slightly higher than where the part actually is. There we go. So I'll just open these cargo bays on the sides. There we go. Now there is a main cargo bay here, but it doesn't open on the top, it opens at the sides, and launching missiles out the side, and also when you're underwater, when they want to float straight up, it doesn't end well, so we've got them on the sides and in this missile holdy thingy here. So we've got a load of sidewinders on each side, we've got these 3 intercept missiles, and we've got these 2 flat cannons. So I think it's fair enough to say, as well as the fact that Tape can't use missiles on this thing unless it's a torpedo, which is its big weakness. If this thing takes a torpedo, well, there's no real defense against it apart from these flat cannons. So let's hope he doesn't fire any torpedoes at this thing. So anyway, we're going to set it up on the old guard mode, and we want the scan interval pretty high, considering he's going to have to get pretty close to attack this thing, and we don't really want to be firing our missiles as soon as it comes into guard range because we don't want to waste our missiles. So we'll put it at about 20, field of view 360 degrees, and guard range at 10 kilometers. So hopefully this will completely annihilate any further attempts Tape makes towards this launch platform. So on with today's mission. Now we're playing this turn quite defensively because although we've certainly hit Tape hard, he's responded in kind. Last turn he took out pretty much our entire navy, and I decided that Cetos probably are not the best craft for defending naval bases, which is why we're now introducing the Poseidon Mark IIs. Although we still have a couple of Mark I Poseidons, which I think are still pretty formidable, even though they can easily be hit by missiles. Whereas the Poseidon Mark IIs obviously require a lot more planning to take out, and they're certainly pretty formidable. And I look forward to seeing what Tape does to dispose of them, if he can. Of course, I'm pretty sure he can't, because see, these Nazis, they're not known for their submarines at all. They definitely didn't develop them or use them, you know, whatsoever in either of the world wars. So I think we won't have any problems whatsoever. So anyway, on with today's mission. As I said, we're playing it rather defensively. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly over to Hanbit Cape. We're going to get it back. It's been under Tape's control for far too long, and well, yeah, we're just going to go liberate it. Then we'll probably bring the Phobos back here, maybe inflict a little bit more damage. We'll go take KST-2 again because it's very lightly defended. We'll go take that with the Moros, and we'll set it up for AI defense, because I believe Tape challenged me to a dogfight, so a dogfight he shall have. And also, there's been a rule change. We've got rid of the whole retaking rule. Now you can take 2 bases a turn, whether they were yours or not. Just plain old 2 bases, which gives us a lot more variety, because I know in especially in the Twitch Yaganarch war, they've been fighting over Ben Bay for just far too long. Although Tape and I have got a pretty varied war, those two we've certainly not seen much change in scenery, so that's why, partially why we're introducing this, and also because if somebody, you know, take a couple of bases and the other person can't quite recover, they can really push home the advantage and get to victory. So anyway, I believe we'll just play some music while Karen gets on with flying to Hanbit Cape. However, Karen performed admirably last turn, so I'm going to give her the choice of music. Karen, what do you want to play? Oh god, no. Ah, shut it off! Okay, so here we go. We're approaching Hanbit Cape. You guys know the drill. We're performing the jump in maneuver for the 50th time. Of course, the famous Kerbal himself is actually currently enjoying some wonderful shore leave on the sunny beaches of Arusiat Island to recover from his recent recent shock, and he'll probably be there for quite a while recovering from that. And you know, why not? Why not? He is a war hero. He deserves some time off for, you know, what he went through, and he didn't give anything up to the evil tape interrogators, so I believe he more than deserves a little bit of time off. Okay, so you guys know the drill. Just need to fly in at about Mach 2. Don't want to lose too much altitude, but I think that we've lost just about enough. There we go. We just need to fly just low enough to attract some missiles. There we go. We've lost enough speed. I believe we've lost enough altitude. Okay, so this is to attract all the missiles, and we swing back around and pulverize it. Now, although we're not, because we're not going after many bases today, we can probably throw quite a bit at this because we can't really afford to to not retake Hanbit, especially the new 2 bases thingy. Tape will almost certainly hit us hard if we can't take 2 bases from him. Okay, here we go, entering load range just about now, and there we go. We've got some missiles after us. Okay, looks like they're giving chase pretty quickly. I don't even know if they can catch us, but we'll launch some countermeasures just in case. You coming after us, little guys? Oh, what's that? You can't catch up? Oh, how poor you. I feel so sorry for you, except I don't. Sorry, little guys. Bye. Okay, there we go. Flown out of load range. There we go. Completely avoided all those missiles. Alright, now we need to swing back around, which is easier said than done in a giant supersonic aircraft. Okay, here we go. We'll send 6 at it, and we'll launch 2 cruise missiles. I'm pretty sure that should be more than enough to take out that flak cannon, but you know, you can never be too careful. Oh god, it's still got missiles? I didn't realise it still had missiles. Okay, full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. We're going a little close for comfort as well. Full speed ahead. Woo! I'm scared. They're getting close, but I think we're okay. Okay, it's out of sidewinders. Perfect. And I believe we have some hits. It looks like it's still intact though. I'm not sure. I'm still getting a reading, so there's still a probe body down there, but looks like there's a lot of debris. But I'm not going to fall for that again. Definitely not going to fall for that again. So we'll swing around. We'll do another pass with some more Hellfires, just to make sure that thing's dead. Okay, so this is hopefully our final pass. We're just ensuring that it's dead because we can't risk losing this aircraft. It's far too valuable. Okay, we'll just yeah, we'll just fire 2. That should be more than enough. Actually, oh, that looks like flak. Holy crap, launch some more. Yeah, that thing is definitely still going. Okay, let's make sure we're well out of its flak range then. Jeez, I don't want to be shot by that thing. Hey, it's not doing badly taking out those Hellfires. Jeez, how much effort does it take to kill one of these things? Like, seriously. Okay, that's another hit. That's another hit. That's another hit. Please tell me that's dead. That's got to be dead, right? Let's swap to it. Nope, that's a missile. Oh my god, you are kidding me. Okay, well it looks like we're going around for another pass, guys. Don't know how, but that thing is somehow still operational. That's actually ridiculous. Okay, so we've got 12 missiles left, and I think I'm going to use like, oh, I don't know, 8 of them. Let's say 8. That's a pretty healthy number. Okay, there we go. And it's not letting us fire missiles. There we go. There we go. Eat that! For God's sake, die! Oh, I don't know what tape builds these flak cannons out of, but this is just insane how much of a beating this thing is taking. Come on. Come on, die. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them, pretty much all of them are hits. That's got to be dead. Oh yeah, I think it's safe to say that's dead. Perfect. Oh, okay. Oh, that took quite a lot of effort, didn't it? And pretty much all of our missiles. We only got 4 left. So, you know, props to you, Tape. You made a turret that can survive 2 cruise missiles and... No, I'm not going to count. A lot of hellfires, okay? Oh, that took a hell of a beating. Okay, just coming in for a landing. Gently does it. Being very cautious because not only have I never landed here before, it's a very thin runway and it's also a very short runway. And I don't have that much experience landing this plane. Go a bit far to the right. Okay, now the shelf last turn I think was a bit of a fluke, to be honest. Yeah, a bit more of a fluke than anything else. Okay, here we go. Gently does it. Gently does it. Don't clip to the end of the runway. And brakes. Whoop. A little bit of a hard landing. Come on, brake before we hit the debris. Brake before we hit the debris. Turn right a little bit. And whew, brought ourselves to a stop. Okay, that was a bit nerve-wracking. Right, let's check out the debris, shall we? Yeah, bits of flat cannon everywhere. I think there might have been a Kerbal here. He wasn't particularly high status, and I think Tape was trying to use him as human shield. So, sorry to that guy. We may have vaporized him in the liberation of this base, but such is the cost of war, I guess. So, we don't have much runway left, and turning this thing around would be a nightmare. So what we've done is we've retracted the rear gear, and I think we're going to spool up the engines. Let me just untarget that piece of debris. Can I untarget it? Will you let me, KSP? That rhymed for some reason. No, it's not letting us. Okay. Anyway, we'll spool up the engines. We've retracted our rear gear, which are only really for braking, and they are pretty necessary for landing this plane without parachutes. And have these things spooled up sufficiently? I believe they have. Okay, and let's go. So we just get a flying start, try not to knock over the flag, and see if we can pull up in time, because we do not have much runway at all. And let's try not to crash into debris. Oh god. Okay, narrowly avoided the debris, and god, we lost something. What did we lose? What was that? Let's have a look. We lost a landing gear! Ah, what did we... Oh, right, okay, well... We can survive without landing gear. It's only one. It's only one, that's fine. It's one of the rear gear, so... That's not a problem. Okay, so... that was a bit of a bumpy takeoff, but that can't really be avoided. Okay, KSC-2 is up here. So, Supergiant Battle Station, which is actually, I believe, Tape's code name for his tiny little defences. So we'll go blow those up and launch a Moros. As I said, pretty defensive turn, because we can't really afford to lose anything at this point in the war. We've been throwing everything at Tape, and we need to recover a little bit. Right, so we're approaching KSC-2. Now, according to Tape propaganda, these little critters are quite difficult to hit, but they're not very well armed at all. These are the things that Tape drops from his cargo plane, and he actually counts them as defences, which is why I haven't made my own cargo plane. I considered it, but frankly, I think that the defences that you can get out of them are so pitiful. You might as well just leave some bases undefended, to be honest. It might as well be undefended for all the good that they do. Now, we are going to do the zombie maneuver because they do have 2 sidewinders, which could pose a threat to us. So we're just going to fly through, you know, at the normal Mach 2. And although some AMRAAMs did get a little close to us when we flew over flat cannon, these only have sidewinders, so we should be absolutely fine. Now, I'm looking forward to getting the new models for these engines in 1.0.5, which we are going to update to. Somebody pointed out to us that actually we can just update Kerbal Constructs and we can keep all our Kerbal side bases. However, Kerbal Constructs is yet to be updated to 1.0.5 and it does not work with 1.0.5. So we have to wait for that to be updated. So we're waiting on that at the moment, but once that is updated, we'll be updating, and then we'll have all the lovely water and all the lovely models and all the lovely just everything, really. So it should be pretty cool. Right, so we've entered the range of that, and boom, we've got a Sidewinder after us pretty much immediately, and we're not really going fast enough, so let's speed up a little bit. Speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up. Speed up. Okay, how close are they getting? Too close. Oh crap, we're out of countermeasures. You're kidding me, right? Okay, faster. Go faster. Must go faster. Must go faster. The words of Jeff Goldblum. Come on. Oh, okay. I didn't realise we were out of countermeasures. That's a little scary. Okay. There we go. They've only got 2 sidewinders each, so it's perfectly fine. Right, and then we just swing back around. It's a super giant battle station. Tape does love his propagandous lies. Okay, let's swing around and let's finish these little critters off. Okay, so the only armaments these things have are tiny little 30mm chain guns, which I don't think will be capable of fending off against Hellfires. The main thing I'm worried about is missing them, because, well, according to Tape and his propagandous lies, they're quite difficult to hit, but there may actually be some truth to that because they're pretty tiny. So we need to launch pretty much as late as we can, because we need to give our Hellfires as much maneuvering capability as we can. Okay. There we go, launch 2 at that one, and Super Giant Battle Station, you may also have 2. Crap, look at that hail of bullets. Doesn't look like they're particularly accurate. It's pretty huge spread. There we go, and 2 for the Super Giant Battle Station. Okay, looks like they're pretty much on course, but I'm not sure if they'll hit or not. Yay! There we go, that's 1 annihilated. Let's look at the other one. Okay, so it took out 1 of the Hellfires, but 1 seems sufficient to destroy it, and... Oh! Hey, got 1, and the other one is a hit. Now, I'm still seeing probes down there, but I'm pretty sure those aren't operational anymore, so we'll swing around and we'll take a look, and we'll come in for a landing on the big runway, because there are 2 runways at KSC2, which make it a pretty vital asset, and it's pretty near my land. So, but I'm pretty sure Tape will fight pretty hard for it, so that's why we're going to put up an AI defense plane in the form of the Morris, and it will almost certainly be going up against the HSI Mark 1. I'm not sure if it will be able to win, considering how rigorously Tape tests his aircraft, but we'll have to see, I guess. We'll have to see. Right, we're going into this landing a little steeper than I'd probably like, but hopefully it'll be okay. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna have quite a bit of velocity to lose, but it's quite a long runway, so I think we'll be fine. Right, deactivate these engines, see if we can lose a bit of velocity on this turn. Yeah, we can. Okay, so we're a little too far to the left. Oh, hello. Becoming a little... Whoop! A little bounce there. Okay, that lost us quite a bit of velocity, actually, so that probably helped us. Because there's this little... I think it's a K... Yeah, it's a K-shaped crater around KSC2. It used to be quite pronounced. It used to be quite a canyon, but I believe they made it a lot less sharp. Okay, here we go. And coming for a nice, easy landing. Even though we are missing one of our landing gear, which is quite funny. So yet again, we're running a little bit low on the old runway. So we're going to spool up the engines again. Do the same thing as last time. We've got a little bit more than last time. We haven't got debris in the way. And we also haven't got a hill in the way. So hopefully we won't lose any more landing gear, because we are seriously going to need them for landing at the shelf, because we're going to need as much braking power as we can get. So we'll turn a little bit to the left, not too sharply though, because we are kind of on bicycle wheels at the moment. Okay, yeah, we've easily built up enough speed. And just gently take off. Hello, cutting a little close there, Karen. Okay, right. Time to go home. Now, considering we're not carrying any ordnance anymore, and we've also used over half of our fuel, this thing can accelerate really quickly. So, back home we go. So we're approaching this shelf at pretty high speed, and we're actually close enough to the South Pole to see the Aurora Australis, which is quite a beautiful sight, and certainly a sight for sore eyes for Karen here. Kind of a welcome home banner, if you will, back to the heartland of the Penguinaut Empire. It's certainly a most beautiful sight, and something which every Kerbal in the Penguinaut Empire wishes to defend. Of course, I mean, Tape's got his Aurora Borealis, but I mean, that's nowhere near as cool as the Australis. The Borealis is just, yeah, it's boring. It's just not as good, really. It's just, it's got a few squash stickers sort of scribbled in it. It's mostly red, you know, ours is lovely greens and purples now. His is just red with little white circles and little black swastikas in. And it's very ugly, and his people hate it really, but they're too scared to tell him just how ugly it actually is. But of course he's very desperate to defend it, but his Kerbals got terribly low morale because they've got nothing to fight for. But us in the Penguin Empire, we've got loads to fight for. That beautiful Australis is certainly very inspiring. But anyway, making our way back to the shelf. And we've only got a lad here, considering I shot the flag with a cruise missile last turn on my way back, because I just fired off the rest of my ordnance, not realising I had the flag targeted, and I actually blew it up with a cruise missile, which was quite amusing, to be honest. But thankfully nobody was hurt. Right, so we're still missing that bit of landing gear, but as I said, it's a rear one. If we were missing this one, or the front one, it'd be pretty disastrous, but it shouldn't be too much of a problemo. So it was a bit of a fluke, our landing last time, so we're going to need to be a little more careful. I don't know how I managed to land it so well. I just went straight in, boom, landed. And I'm really usually not that great at landing planes, especially these larger ones. Oh, hello, I pressed the wrong button. I pressed S instead of... There we go. Right, let's pull up, not down. That's a bad idea. Okay, just steady as she goes. Steady Freddy. Probably not the best approach. I hate coming in from the side. I always give myself far too little room to adjust, and I'm always flying ridiculously large bomber aircraft because I am quite partial to them because of their long range and the large amount of ordnance that they can carry. Whereas I know Tape's far more partial to his smaller aircraft. Okay, here we go. And of course we won't be able to do the zombie maneuver for very much longer, considering the fact that most of his aircraft will be able to defend themselves, and he's probably gonna start putting intercept missiles on things. Like, he noted the fact that he needed intercept missiles last turn, and then he didn't put any intercept missiles on any of his defences, which I thought was a little weird. But Tape isn't known for being particularly intelligent, so going in a little fast and brakes. Come on, brake. And there we go. Beautiful landing yet again. Good job, Karen. You truly are the next John B. Kerman. Of course, you're not better than John B. Kerman because, well, he's just a legend. So we're just launching the Moros at KSC2, and although this certainly doesn't have the same kind of maneuverability as Tape's high-speed interceptors, it's got two main advantages. Now, this is obviously the anti-air variant of the Moros. It's got some pretty significant differences from the ground attack variant. It's got different engines. It's slightly smaller, slightly lighter. It's only got about half the fuel to make it lighter, and it's just pretty much designed around making it as maneuverable as possible. But its two main advantages over Tape's high-speed interceptors are its firepower. So it's got this Gauss cannon. Yeah, a Gauss cannon that fires depleted uranium rounds, which is designed to cut through tanks, okay? So all it needs to do is line up one shot on his plane and it will cut through him like tissue paper. So he's going to have to be careful. And the other advantage it has are these two turbojet engines. Now, they're from B9, and they absolutely drink fuel and intake air, and they're just ridiculously powerful. I don't use them on the Phobos and the Deimos and my tactical bombers because they like to fly quite high up, and you just cannot get enough intake air into these engines when you've got more than just a few of them. Now, to satisfy those, we've got intakes on the Thunderbolt cockpit, and then we've got 4 on the wings, and that's just about enough to power these engines, and they are very powerful. This thing can pull into a vertical climb and still accelerate, so it should be able to get up to altitude and up to speed pretty much instantly. Should be able to take off with ease, and if it can line up just a single shot on Tape's aircraft, it will cut him to pieces. So I'm hoping that this will be a pretty formidable challenge for Tape, and well, we'll have to see how it does. So there we go, we're just putting our final Poseidon at Hanbert Cape to ensure that Tape never puts his dastardly claws on our territory ever again, or at least anytime soon, because I'm pretty sure he'll come up with some despicable method of disposing of these beautiful machines. Anyway, I've been the Beardy Penguin. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Be sure to check out that campaign that I told you about at the beginning of the video. It really would mean a lot to a lot of people. So be sure to check that out. All the details are in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone.